Hello, and welcome back to another Secrets episode. As you would have seen my Secrets of Highgate Station, which is on the Northern Line, as I did that video before. Today, I'm on the Central Line, and at the time of recording, it is Saturday the 26th of November 2022. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Isaac, because of this title that says Epping Station, why aren't you at Epping? Well, thank you for asking. I'm currently at Thaden Boys Tube Station, and there wasn't a car parking space at Epping Station, and it was a bit of a... It wasn't going to happen to come to Thaden Boys Station. As you can see on the roundel, it says Thaden Boys. And I'm going to catch one stop, because this is the penultimate station to the eastern end of the Central Line. I'll be catching one stop to Epping, as today we're doing the Secrets of Epping Station. Today, I started my journey at Thaden Boys, the penultimate station of the Epping branch, because the next stop is Epping, where this train terminates, and it heads eastbound. And along the way, some lovely countryside scenery. I can't begin to tell you by how fast the Central Line trains run at, because it's very, very fast. That yellow train in the distance is something I will tell you about later. And just like that, we approach Epping, the terminus of the Central Line, out of the eastern end. Just arrived at Epping Station, and now a little bit of history to explain about this. Epping Station is on the Central Line of the London Underground and opened in 1865 as part of the Great Eastern Railway, because before that, Central Line trains used to just be operated by steam trains until the station was handed over to the London Underground in 1949. The station used to not just be the terminus, because the Central Line trains used to go beyond that station to Ongar, as we show you in a moment. There's the Labyrinth, which marks 163 out of 270 tube stations. From 1865 to 1994, Central Line trains used to go beyond Epping all the way up to Ongar, because there's more tracks, and that's where the Central Line trains used to run. And there was just 3 stations, North Weald, Blake Hall and Ongar, and the Ongar branch on the Central Line closed in September 1994. There's a station kiosk in case you want to buy yourself a food or a drink. There's something very interesting to spot now. Come with me. This may not be relevant to the video, but I love this poster that on the roundel that says trains every 3 minutes. That's because the Elizabeth Line now has this thing called through running, where, as you can see, trains are more often between Paddington and Whitechapel, and trains are running between Abbeywood to Reading and Heathrow. So now trains are running every 3 minutes instead of 5 minutes, which now means there are 22 trains per hour in the peak and 20 in off-peak, but I could be wrong. But when the train goes from Shenfield all the way down to Reading and Heathrow, that will double up to, I believe, 24 trains per hour. But if I'm wrong, do correct me in the comments. I also found this art on the underground poster of the new November 2022 tube map. And out of the station is a plaque commemorating the Essex Way, which is a long footpath between Epping and Harwich. Now it's time to talk about the car park. Epping Station has the largest car park anywhere on the London Underground. For a very interesting train spotting view, come to the car park, sit in your car and watch the trains go by. This is locomotive L11, and next door to it is the Epping Museum, or the signal cabin. The link will be in the description down below if you want to book to the museum. It is www.eppingmuseum.com, and the locomotive L11 attracts the signal box very well. It is very interesting, and I recommend you come down to see it. Here's an old photo on Safari of the locomotive L11 painted in brown colour. It looks really nice. Nearby to Epping is the Epping Ongar Steam Railway, which you can book a visit to the link will be in the description down below. And if you want to get to the Epping Ongar Steam Railway, usually a bus would pick you up from the station and take you to the Steam Railway. It is very interesting and I enjoy it a lot. So I'm currently sitting down at a cafe stand, and over there in the distance you can see the building of Epping Tube Station, and as you can see there's Santa Claus and his reindeer. Because Christmas is approaching, I believe there's maybe a limited stand, but I'm not too sure. It looks lovely and I opted myself for a bacon roll for lunch. But I do challenge you to go on the Central Line, as that's the line that will take you to the countryside and you can see lots of beautiful scenery along the way. And here's a fact of the day for you actually. From Epping to West Ruislip is the longest journey you could take on any of the London Underground, but on the Central Line. The total is 34 miles and it's very long, and it takes around an hour and 30 minutes. That is the longest journey you can take on the Central Line of the London Underground. And your other fact of the day. Did you know that there are 2 Epping stations, 2, I said it correctly, in Australia? One in Melbourne and one in Sydney. Because after my research on YouTube, I typed in trains at Epping and it came up with Melbourne. Because for example, there's a Regent's Park station in Sydney, which is on the Bakerloo line, but in Sydney as well. There's a Stanmore station in Sydney, that is on the Jubilee line. And there is a Paddington station in Sydney, which is on the Bakerloo Circle, District, Hammersmith City, Elizabeth Line and National Rail Services. My day was coming to an end and I really enjoyed making this video for you all, and I challenge you to go out on the London Underground to your favourite station for yourselves. Look out for locomotive L11 and the Epping Museum at Epping Station. I was getting really tired but really enjoyed going on the Central Line, as I haven't been on that line for a very long time. So there you go, that's Secrets of Epping Station. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed this video, just make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.